The lights were screaming. The crowd was roaring. But in the middle of a sold-out arena, Ozzy Osbourne suddenly stopped the music. Not because of a technical issue. Not because of his health. Because he saw one small boy in the crowd holding a cardboard sign. A sign that changed the entire night forever. The night the Dark Prince, or the arena, was a living beast point, 40,000 people packed shoulder to shoulder, fists raised, voices cracked from screaming lyrics they'd grown up with. Blue and orange lights cut through the darkness like lightning bolts. Smoke rolled across the stage floor as the opening riff echoed to the speakers. This wasn't just another concert. This was Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness, standing on stage once again, older now, slower in movement, but heavier in presence. Every step he took carried decades of music, pain, survival, and legacy. People knew this tour might be one of the last. Some whispered it. Others refused to believe it. But everyone felt it. Ozzy leaned into the mic, round glasses catching the spotlight. His voice, rough cracked, but still unmistakably his, tore through the arena. The crowd responded like a wave crashing back at him. But then something happened, not on stage. Not in the sound booth, I in the crowd, the boy in section 214 high up in section 214, surrounded by adults twice his size, stood a boy no older than 10. His name was Elliot, that he wasn't screaming. He wasn't jumping. He wasn't filming on a phone. He was holding a sign, a crooked piece of cardboard, edges bent, letters uneven, clearly written by a child's hand. IT read asterisk, asterisk, Ozzy, please play my dad's song. He can't hear anymore. Security noticed him first. They almost asked him to put it down. Almost. But something about the way the boy held the sign, tight, knuckles white, arms shaking, stopped them. Elliot had been holding that sign since the opening act. Every song. Every light flash. Every roar of the crowd, he never lowered it. Because this wasn't about attention. This was about promise, a promise made in a hospital our 3 months earlier. Elliot sat beside a hospital bed. Machines beeped softly. The room smelled like disinfectant and silence. His father, Mark, lay there, thinner than before, skin pale, eyes tired but still kind. Mark had been a mechanic, a biker, a man with grease under his nails and Ozzy Osbourne blasting the garage every Saturday morning. Elliot grew up on those songs, Crazy Train, while learning to ride a bike. No more tears during late-night talks. Mama, I'm coming home, when his dad tucked him in after long shifts. Music wasn't just sound in that house. IT was language. Doctors said the hearing loss would come fast. Nerves deteriorating. Time running out point one night. Mark smiled weakly and said, if I ever miss an Ozzy concert, promise me you'll go someday. Elliot nodded. Mark squeezed his hand. And if you get the chance, tell him thank you. Those songs saved me more times than I can count. That was the last full conversation they had 2 weeks later. Mark passed away at the sign that cut through the back in the arena. Ozzy moved across the stage as the band transitioned between songs. The crowd was loud, but Ozzy's eyes, tired but sharp, scanned the darkness out of habit. He'd always done that. They didn't know why he stopped walking. He just did. The band hesitated. The drummer slowed. Ozzy squinted toward the upper levels, dot a small shape. A sign. Security lights caught the cardboard. Ozzy leaned forward. Hold on AF, ING second. The arena froze. 40,000 voices died instantly. The silence was terrifying. Ozzy pointed. That kid up there, what does that sign say? Camera scrambled. Screen zoomed. And suddenly everyone saw it. The words. The handwriting. The plea. Ozzy read it once. Then again. Then he lowered the mic the moment that broke Ozzy, turned away from the crowd. People thought he was coughing, but then they saw his shoulders shake. He came back to the mic, voice quieter now. Hey, kid, what's your name? Elliot froze. Security lifted him slightly so he could be seen. His voice trembled. Elliot. Ozzy nodded slowly. Elliot, whose song is it? The boy swallowed. My dad's. Ozzy closed his eyes. For a long moment he said nothing. Then, barely audible, what was your dad's name? Mark. Ozzy took off his glasses, wiped his eyes. The crowd understood now, and grown men started crying a story Ozzy never planned until Ozzy leaned against the mic stand. My dad never understood my music, thought it was noise, soft laughter through tears. But he still showed up, still listened, Because it mattered to me. He looked back at Elliot. Your dad sounded like a good man. The boy nodded. He said your music helped him when things were bad. Ozzy laughed softly. Yeah, it's done that to a few of us. He turned to the band. We're changing the set list. The guitarist's eyes widened. The drummer nodded instantly. Mama, I'm coming home. Ozzy stepped back into the spotlight. This one's for Mark. The opening chords began. Slow, gentle, familiar. Mama, I'm coming home. The arena didn't sing. They listened. Ozzy's voice cracked, not from age but from weight. Every lyric landed heavier than before. Elliot clutched the sign to his chest. He wasn't crying, he was smiling, because somewhere he believed his dad could hear it now. Ozzy reached the final chorus. He didn't finish it. The crowd did. 40,000 voices, carrying one message. Upward the aftermath in 01 SAW when the song ended. Ozzy didn't leave the stage. He looked up again. Security, bring him here. The crowd erupted. Elliot was guided down, shaking, overwhelmed, terrified. Ozzy knelt in front of him, took the sign. Keep this, he said, signing it slowly. Then he leaned in, not for cameras, for the boy. Your dad's proud of you. Elliot nodded. Thank you for playing a song. Ozzy smiled. Thank you for reminding me why I do this. Why this moment when viral clips of the moment flooded the internet within hours? Not because it was Ozzy Osbourne, but because it was human. Fans said it didn't feel like a concert, that IT felt like a goodbye. A thank you. A reminder that music outlives bodies. And somewhere in the comments, one line kept appearing. Legends don't just make music. They carry people through life. The message for you, don't skip. If this story moved you, even a little, that means music has saved you too. Backhand Index Pointing Right, subscribe to the channel Voices of Darkness. Backhand Index Pointing Right, like this video, and share with your friends Backhand Index Pointing Right. And if you love Ozzy Osbourne, share this story to honor his legacy. Direct it. Help us reach our 1,000 subscribers goal. Now prove your love. For music, for memories, for moments that matter. Because someday, someone might hold up a sign for your song.